décision du gouvernement du Canada qui est responsable pour cette relation.
Sorry, who's Brian? What Brian's next question?
Why don't we have
We'll go to
Brian's
Brian.
question, and
Yep.
we'll follow up when you come.
I'll ask a version of this so you can answer it.
I figured you might.
If it is true that a TV ad, that you were close to a deal, exchanging term sheets, and a TV ad caused all of this to be canceled, halted, Trump does not want to meet, are you upset at Premier Doug Ford for running this ad? If this is true that this ad spoiled something that was very close?
Look, I'd say the following, which is that in any complicated, high-stakes negotiation, you can get unexpected twists and turns, and you have to keep your cool during those situations. It doesn't pay to be upset. Emotions don't carry you very far. And we had made progress, to repeat, and we stand by the progress that had been made. The Government of Canada does, and we are ready, when appropriate, to pick that up. And I'll just re-emphasize that it is the responsibility of the Government of Canada to have these negotiations. And others will have opinions, and others welcome free advice, unsolicited advice is entirely appropriate. Every Canadian is a stakeholder in these negotiations. Every Canadian is a stakeholder in the fact that we're making progress in ASEAN, that we have the agreement with Indonesia, that we have just decided to accelerate trade talks with the Philippines, with ASEAN as a whole. Every Canadian has a stakeholder, is a stakeholder in the evolution of our relationship with China and the discussions that we will be having at APEC with giants there. So that's the focus, sans émotion, et on va continuer comme ça.
Follow up?
And just to cast things ahead to where you're going later this week in Korea, can you give us an update on, do you expect to meet the Chinese president at APEC? And what kind of conversations do you expect to have with the Chinese delegation there?
I do expect to, there are plans for me and President Xi to meet. We will pick up on the discussions I had with Premier Li in New York a few weeks ago, a broad range of issues, both in terms of the commercial relationship, as well as the evolution of the global system. So I look forward to the meeting with the President. Il y aura une réunion pour moi avec le président de la Chine, Xi Jinping, et les sujets vont inclure les enjeux commerciaux et puis l'évolution du système global. Et on a une bonne fondation, une base après la discussion que j'ai eue avec Monsieur le Premier ministre Li à New York il y a quelques semaines.
Next question, Rafi.
Hi, Prime Minister Rafi Buchanan, CBC. President Trump threatened to impose this additional 10% tariff, regardless of Ontario saying it would take the ad down. Does that suggest there is nothing to be gained from backing down to the U.S. president?
Well, look, with respect to the additional tariff, we haven't seen the specifics about that. And look, I don't want to make a generalization of the situation.